Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. This is your week of December 1st to 7th astrology tarot reading. Because it is December, we are now working with the Yuletide deck. And it is a gorgeous deck. I mean, let's have a little peek at the cards. They're absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, Santa Claus. Two of Gifts. So we have different names for the suits, and some of the major arcana have different names. So here we have Matrona is the Empress. Yes, I did type up a chart because I knew I'd be sitting here and my brain would not click in. You know, like the Holly King, I was like, who is that again? That's the Emperor. So I just wanted to make sure. Oh, this guy looks like Elon Musk. Isn't that interesting? The King of Canes. So the suits are, the canes are our swords. The candles are wands. And let's see here if we can pull up a candle here. Oh, there's gifts, our pentacles. There's the candles. So that is our wands, which makes sense because when you think about it, candles make fire and our wands are about fire. And so gifts are pentacles. Good cheer is our cups. So there's one there. So it's a really fun and festive deck. I will put the link to it in the description so that you can grab it easily. And I don't, you know, Canada Post is on strike right now, so I think Amazon has their own drivers, but anything that is going to be shipped through the mail, you want to, if you live in Canada, just make sure that you're figuring that out. Like I have an Etsy item that I want to buy, and I'm going to have a conversation with the seller to find out how they're shipping everything else, because it will get stuck. I actually have an item that has been stuck for 10 days. It cleared customs and is now just sitting in a holding center while the postal workers figure it out. So anyway, that is that. If you do buy it, just be aware of how it gets shipped if you're within Canada. If you're outside of Canada, then don't worry. You'll be just fine. But this is the book that came with this deck, The Magic of Midwinter. And it is an absolutely gorgeous piece of artwork. I mean, and there's a little story that goes with each one. So like the moon, this is the path that concerns itself entirely with how we fit into the vessel that is our human bodies. I mean, yeah, it's beautiful stories. This is not how we're going to read them, simply because Five of Canes, yeah, our five of swords here, yeah, cuts like a knife, eh? So yeah, oh, look at that. Who's this guy here? Seven of Cups. So seven of good cheer. Like, isn't that sweet? The artwork is just gorgeous. Anyway, I'm going to put this aside because we're going to read the way I read, which is the way I was taught by one of the top psychics and readers in the world. So usually the first thing I do when I get a new tarot deck is I throw the book away, or at least just put it in a drawer and forget about it. In this case, I won't be doing that because this book is just gorgeous. So it is a beautiful keepsake. And for the price of these cards, I was very, very impressed. They're big, so you're going to spend December watching me try to shuffle them. I did give them a really, really good shuffle before I turned on my camera, so that will help things along. And we're going to do the astrology tarot today, a card for each sign to see what's coming up this week. If you're new here, I do this, I post a video like this every Sunday. If you're an old friend, thanks for stopping by again. It's nice to see you. And don't forget to click subscribe and click like and leave a comment and everything. It really helps the channel out. And there's a tip jar there in the description as well. I so appreciate every dollar that has been put in there. Every single month I take what's in there and I purchase items that we use here together. So it benefits everybody. I don't use it for, you know, bills or anything like that. I use it just to add more to our table. So remember, I got these, the telltale tokens, and we use those with our investigation decks and to get to the bottom of things. And I've only done one investigation so far, but I will be doing more. I just need some ideas of what you'd like me to investigate. The investigation that's on my mind is not one I will be doing, as it's a little too close to home. I actually kind of know the people involved, so I won't read on it. But if anybody else in the world reads on it, we'll see what comes out. But I might actually ask another reader to read on that particular topic. It's local to my community, but I won't read on it because that is not fair to the families involved, because they did not ask me to read on it. So that's that. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so first up, I got, you know what? I better grab my little sheet because I'll forget what order we're doing this in. We're going to start with, oh, I think I've left my sheet somewhere. Oh, shoot. Oh, good times. Hold on. I'm going to pause for just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I remembered that I had picked up my sheet. It's all my notes for the week of all the readings I want to do and everything that I keep next to me here. And I have the list of all the zodiacs because I know I'll forget if I don't have the list in front of me. I'll probably forget what I'm doing, actually. If I'm like, what am I doing here? Just because my mind is all over the place these days. I don't know how anybody else is feeling, but it feels like a lot to have, like with business and family and the holidays coming. It just really feels like a lot. So that's why I write things down, make lists. And then that way, oopsie, and then that way, I don't forget anything. All right, so this is for our Sagittarius friends. Strength in reverse. And I am going to look up the timings to see if we've got anything coming up now. And so our strength in reverse is strength, just regular strength, even in this deck. And our Sagittarius friends might be feeling, this is for the summertime, so nothing major coming up right now, just some energy around this week. But this is really feeling like this sense of inadequacy is coming through. Like this inability to be, oh, you know what's so funny is I was just saying, does everybody's mind feel out of control? Yeah. This is what this is about. I think many of us are feeling this, but specifically this is for Sagittarius. That so there's some doubt, some self-doubt, some insecurities, some feeling inadequate. It's okay to lean into that. It's okay to feel that and experience that. Don't get stuck there. But certainly it is okay to, I'll prop this little guy up. There we go. It is okay to be feeling a way about things and to have feelings about things. Like, that's okay. We're meant to have that. That's the human experience. So lean into those feelings. Don't deny them. Don't try to put them aside. Lean into them so that you can explore them, learn about them, and work on like what is causing them. Like, what thoughts in your head are causing you to have these feelings? And people say, well, thoughts and feelings aren't the same thing. They kind of are. We choose how we feel about things by the story we tell ourselves. So if you're telling yourself a story about something that is making you feel a certain way, tell yourself a different story. Tell yourself everything's going to be okay. And it will be okay, because what's the saying? It'll always be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. So there's your message for this week. 2 of Canes. For our Canes are our swords. 2 of Swords. And this card is for our Capricorn friends. And it's in reverse. So it really feels like for you, there's a lot of stuff that's going to um, becoming clear to you. If this was upright, this would be like you're making yourself blind to things, right? Like you've got choices to make, you're refusing to make them, you know, stuff like that. So our two of canes being swords, and they're being about our thoughts and our mindset and things like that. There's some clarity going to be coming out for you this week, that there'll be some freedom and release from something. Like you'll make a decision, you'll receive some information that is going to help you make a decision, and or the decision's just going to be made for you, and isn't taken out of your hands, and you'll be able to just have the freedom of not having to make the decision. But also too, there will feel like a sense of you don't have to be responsible for it now, because the situation was forced. Somebody else forced it out of your hands and made the decision for you. So you don't have to live with the responsibility. Everybody's getting reversed cards. And, you know, I twisted this deck so many times. 10 of good cheer is our 10 of cups. And this is for our Aquarius friends, but in reverse. What's going on? Oh my goodness. There's some disharmony going on. I feel like our Aquarius friends are kind of feeling almost a little trapped by the season, if that makes sense. That's what's coming through, that all of the obligations around this time of year are kind of making our Aquarius friends feel a little bit trapped, because, you know, every Aquarius I know is so much of a free spirit. They just kind of do what they want. They come and go. They flit about. They're, you know, it's an air sign, so they're kind of up in the clouds, which is great. I love that about them, because it really provides a beautiful balance for the rest of us who are earthbound. And I am just starting to feel like this time of year is making our Aquarius friends feel a little trapped, and just like it, you know, if this was upright, this would be like you know, happy families and, you know, life of your dreams and everything else. Whereas there's something coming through that it's about instability, and it's about contentious relationships. So if that's you, let me know. And if you need some support, get in touch, please. You know, I'm a spiritual coach. I'm a minister. I am a meditation guide. I love EFT. I actually have an EFT script that I've written, that I'm going to do a whole video on EFT, on how to survive the holidays when you just don't want to be doing this, right? Which is mostly for me, but I'm going to share it with all of you as well. So if that lights you up, let me know in the comments that you are interested in that tapping video, so I can gauge the interest and see who's going to be showing up to participate. And it will be, you know, you can watch it every single day to get you through the holidays. And so that is for our Aquarius friends. Our Pisces friends, 9 of good cheer, upright. Woohoo! We are making lots of progress in our relationships. We're making lots of progress with ourselves, in our own journey, in our own growth journey, our healing journey, our expansion journey. Our Pisces friends have really tapped in, and they'll be seeing a lot of the results of that now this week. And so I had a conversation with somebody the other day about some protocols for healing, especially from PTSD, CPTSD, and things like that. And I did a protocol a couple years ago that worked wonders. And the cause of my PTSD no longer causes the flare-up, that big uncontrollable flare-up. So it was sort of like, while I was doing the protocol, I didn't notice any difference. But when the next time I ran into my abuser, I shouldn't even say my abuser, the person who abused me my entire life, when I ran into that person the next time after doing this protocol for about 6-8 months, I had no reaction at all. It was literally like, they looked at me, I looked at them, I kept walking, that was it. I didn't have to hide at home for days. My PTSD wasn't out of control, like it was everything. So it was sort of, that was the moment all those months later that I was like, oh, all this work I've done on healing, here's the result. I'm not in a panic right now after seeing the person who abused me. So this is what is going to come up for you this week, our Pisces friends, is that you will see the results of your hard work on yourself, on your relationships, on your emotions, on all of it. And congratulations. Yay, you. Good for you. When that happens, come back and let me know, because I want to celebrate with you. And for our Aries friends, the Matrona is the Empress, and she is our dream woman. I love how they've portrayed her as all the fertility in the world. And interesting that she's got a light with her. In traditional tarot decks, the Hermit is the only character that carries their own light, and that's because he is heart-lit. But this is about pregnancy, fertility, motherhood, nurturing, harmony, abundance. This is all the good stuff, ideas, plans. This is like a full supply of all the abundance. And this is usually found about halfway through a project. It's very feminine energy. It's nurturing energy. It's about growth. It's about looking after things. And it's not necessarily about a pregnancy, even though we say pregnancy. I mean, there's such a thing as a pregnant pause, right? That doesn't mean a baby's coming, but it's about that fertility of ideas, of actions, of growth, of abundance. Like, you know, a mind can be a fertile ground, right? So it's not necessarily about a baby, but if you are an Aries and you are expecting a baby, yay you, congratulations. But this is more about seeing, sort of marking that we're about halfway through a project, something, just a little check-in. We'll just say that will sort of be reminding you that the hard work is paying off and we're about halfway there. And that's our Aries friends. And I say we because I'm an Aries too. But this is definitely about female strength. This is female energy, hardcore female energy, that divine feminine energy. And it's all about girl power. And it's, you know, when I say feminine energy versus masculine energy, it's just like a different way of getting things done. So when we're hustle, 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 we're in masculine energy, but then when we kind of lean back and are ready to receive, we are in feminine energy. So that's a great reminder for our Aries friends, because we are very masculine energy types, just because we're, you know, the warriors, we're the babies and the warriors. Like it's quite a combination to live with, you know. I'm a toddler who basically wakes up ready for war. So it's definitely a reminder to lean back and relax and just be in feminine energy for a bit and receive, and, you know, kind of let the world revolve around me a little bit, you know, rather than me hustling all the time. And that goes for all you Aries as well. Take a little rest. Take a little rest right now. The World, and this is for our Taurus friends. Excuse me. The World. Oh yeah, I forgot what I was doing. See, I totally forgot what I was doing. I just woke up at the tarot table one day. The World. But let's have a little look at this. I mean, how gorgeous is this? And a nod to the Magician, all of the suits there. That's kind of exciting. So our world, there's no timing connected to this. So far, nothing has landed for this week or even the next 2 weeks. So we're not bothering with the timings, not bothering to talk about the timings. But the World is in reverse, is feeling stagnant, a lack of achievement, feeling of disappointment is coming up. This you're taking time this week to sort of assess your year, and you're maybe not liking what you're seeing, and that's okay. You can decide to like what you're seeing. You can decide to celebrate how far you've come, because you absolutely have. I know it just maybe doesn't feel that way, but you've achieved a lot this year. And it, you know, when you're looking back, don't just look at the financial successes, which I know, you know, our Taurus friends, you know, they like to count their money. My son is a Taurus, I get it. And so, you know, he would look at his success in terms of how much money did he make this year? How many big gigs did he book? How many, you know, markets did he get into? Stuff like that. Because he's got a couple of businesses, even at the tender age of 16. So, you know, he would be looking at his year in terms of how much money did I make? It's okay to look at your year and include how many friendships went really well. How is my family? How's my home life? You know, is my car in good shape? Have I got some money in the bank? Perfect. Great. Is there food in the fridge? Is my laundry caught up? Like, just look at things like that. Like, what other things did you do that are outside of making money? And celebrate those. Like, did you heal a rift with a friend or a family member? Celebrate that. Did you make a new friend? Did you go out on a limb and go to something that you felt really nervous to go to? Like, celebrate that. Celebrate all the little things, not just the financials, and then you will not have that feeling of disappointment. And if you go back in my videos, there is one, how to manifest your dreams before the end of the year. That will help you too. If you're like, I need to do something right now, do that. And then there's lots of great tips there on how to really inject your life with some energy to start achieving your dreams and getting them complete and at least on their way before the end of this year. So that was our Taurus friends. Here's for our Gemini friends. We have the sun. My friends, you need to take some time to rest and heal. There's some healing work to be done. You got to give yourself the time and space before you move on. If you're grieving, take the time to grieve. Like, you, just because it's the holidays, don't put it in a box on the shelf in the back of your mind. Deal with it, because if you don't, it will get you in its grips sometime later on. And it will be in the most inconvenient place at the most inconvenient time, and you will be sobbing. You'll be like at a conference in the hallway sobbing, and people will be wondering what's wrong with you. So if you are grieving, grieve. If you need to take time for yourself and not be doing all the social holiday stuff in order to tend to your grief, do that, please. Don't fake it for anybody, and be honest with people. If you're being invited to things and you're not going because you're feeling your grief is a little too much right now, be honest. If somebody thinks enough of you to include you in their Christmas dinner or one of their events or something like that, it's okay to say to them, you know what, my grief is just running the show right now and I need to tend to it. And it's just, I don't have the energy to fake that everything is okay. Most people will understand that. Most people will be like, oh my gosh, of course. And just let them know. Just be honest. Don't be like, oh, I'll let you know. Oh, I'll have to check my book. I invited people to a very special event, and none of them replied to me, even though I sent them personal messages. Not one person replied to me. Until one person actually replied and said, I'll need to check my book. And I'm like, okay, that takes 1 second. What you're saying is you're waiting for a better offer. So when we aren't being clear with people, people will fill in the blanks. So if the reason that you have to turn down an invitation is because you're just feeling like your grief is too much, or whatever you're going through is too much, just be honest. Because then that person then gets the opportunity to be a good friend and say, you know, I'm really sorry to hear that. Would you like me to make a plate for you and drop it off so that at least you don't have to worry about cooking that day? Or, you know, maybe we can go for a walk one day this week or something, or just grab a coffee, and nothing festive, but just, you know, hang out a little bit. Like, that's okay. So, but the message really coming in strong here is that it is about healing, and part of healing is like, don't create more damage. So if you're not being honest with your friends, you're damaging the relationship. So just be honest. It's okay to be honest with people. And that was for, I forgot who we were on there. I think that was our Gemini friends. Yes, that's right. That's the one we're on. This is why I have a list. our Gemini friends. So this is for our Cancer friends. The Seven of Pentacles. All the hard work you've been doing, just keep doing it. Keep nurturing it. You've planted the seeds. You have nurtured your garden. You've done all the things. Things are trucking along. You've been here before, and you know what to do. This card is about experience. So it's the experiences you've had and all the information you bring, all the learning and wisdom and knowledge that you bring forward with you, but it's also the experience you're having. So it's like the journey as well as the destination, right? So definitely this is a great message for you that the seeds you've planted are coming to fruition. Just have some patience. Your hard work is paying off, and there will be a harvest for you. In the meantime, while you're waiting for the thing to actually happen, don't be afraid to start manifesting new ideas of things to do. You know, you can hustle while you wait, right? So while you're waiting for the thing you've planted to bloom, it's okay to start thinking about the next thing, but just keep an eye on the thing you've planted. The Hanged Man in reverse is for our Leo friends. And let's see what timing we have here for our friends in the tree. So no timing at all. So this is right now. And in reverse is, again, this weird apathy and detachment feeling. I think that, I think there's just a general frustration coming through here that you'll be feeling this week. And I think what it is that transition from regular life to holiday life, where we're having to put things on hold just because there aren't enough hours in the day. So you'll probably be really feeling that this week. Don't let it get to you. Just know that, you know, this season is a few weeks and we get right back on track. Like, I'm that person who December 26th, 8 a.m., I'm back at my desk hustling, because I just, like, I love what I do. So I don't really like to be away from it. And I like to work on it every single day, really. So I kind of understand that feeling of frustration that, like, oh, like, you know, I got so many events coming up and places I need to be. And I was trying to have a quiet December, and every weekend is filled now. So I feel it. I understand it. But we all just have to remember, especially our Leo friends, it's just a few weeks, and then we can get back to business. Oh, there's our Sinterklaas again, and this is for our Virgo friends. I always say every Aries needs a Virgo friend. to keep us on track. The Virgo friend is the person who makes sure everybody has their cardigans and their purses and everything before we leave the bar. So yeah, I would say, like, it's our Virgo friends are our caregivers. Really, they're the ones who take care of us, and some of us shouldn't be allowed out unsupervised. So get yourself a Virgo friend. So Sinterklaas is actually the Hierophant, and in reverse, this is about rebellion. This is about going against the hierarchical institutions. So the government, the education system, religion, like things like that. That's kind of like, it's going against it. It's a rebellion. And so somebody's feeling spicy this week. Someone's feeling spicy. Somebody's going to be standing up to something that they don't think is right. And it's going to be this week. So if that's you, let me know what happened, because I really want to hear it. And then our next card is for our Libra friends. Two of Cheer in reverse. And again, no timings really popping up for December for any of these cards. So this is like literally just a general reading for this week for each sign. Nothing major. There's no big dramatic things. I feel like there's just a lot of awareness coming up for people. So our Two of Cups in reverse, and this is for our Libra friends, definitely feeling out of balance, feeling disharmony, I don't know if it's the season, but there's somebody out there is possibly ending a relationship, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship or even a familial relationship, which makes perfect sense because 'tis the season, right? Everything's out of balance right now. And so many people break up over the holidays. It's always amazing to me. But definitely if you're not ending a relationship of some kind, there's definitely a feeling of imbalance and disharmony. All we have to do is ride the wave. Just ride the wave. You'll get through it. Don't react. Don't freak out. Just ride the wave and watch what happens. Just be a curious observer of everything that's going on. And that's your little heads up and warning for the week that things might be a little crazy. Might be a little bit crazy. And then finally, we have our Scorpio, our spicy Scorpio, 6 of Candles, which is our 6 of Wands. And this is kind of an interesting card. Doesn't that look like the Rotary International logo? That's kind of wild. I'm going to hold it up so you can see. Anybody who's in Rotary would look at that and say, hey, that's the Rotary logo. So our 6 of Wands upright. Thank goodness we've got some upright cards here. Whatever it is that you've been hoping for this week, that is coming for you. This is our Scorpio friends. It's happening. This is it. This is the big week for you. You'll be able to celebrate. You'll be able to, high five and do the victory lap and get all the applause and the praise and then, coast right through to the end of the year. And definitely a great message for you is that when things do come to fruition, when we do the big moment comes and we're all celebrating, it is a good idea to rest afterwards before diving into the next thing. So definitely our 6 of Wands is letting you know that there's something big happening this year. Yay, you. If that is you, please let me know in the comments. And, even if it isn't, jump in the comments and just let me know your sign and what you are hoping will happen this week, what landed for you. And don't forget to come back and let me know what happened. We will check the final card, the Queen of Cups. A message for all. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. And don't forget to practice patience. Patience with yourself and patience with the people around you. Because this girl, she leads herself. Well, obviously, she's drinking. So she's in a good mood. She's got a wintry blue cocktail there. And she's reading her Christmas cards because she's popular. She's got a little crystal ball there. She got some cookies on the counter. So this is just a great message to have patience and enjoy yourself. Just, life is not meant to be taken too seriously. Just have fun with it. Enjoy your week, and I'll see you next Sunday. Thank you so much for visiting. If you have stuck around this long, I would love to invite you to my Yule celebration call, which is taking place on December 20th. It will be live on Zoom, and I'm hosting it with my friend Caitlin of the Intuitive Forest. I do the very, very long form podcast style videos with her each month, and we decided to team up and create a whole festive event for you. There will be all kinds of elements, and there will be some prizes and gifts as well, because, 'tis the season, right? But we're going to celebrate Yule and honor it. It's Friday, December 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's Toronto time. And it's on Zoom. The link is in the description. So you'll see the invitation and you'll see the link. You do have to provide your email address and your name so that we can send you the Zoom link. Because I get people go, why should I have to give you my email address? Okay, well, precious. Because otherwise we can't contact you. And if you think you're going to be clever and put the wrong email address in, then you just won't get the link. It's pretty simple. And it just means I get a ton of notifications from my mailing system that there's a dead link in there, a dead email in there. So do that. Check that out. Sign up. And if you think you're going to get a better offer, well, then I don't know. Maybe you may just have a hangover the next day, whereas we're going to have some magic here. Thank you again for visiting. Don't forget to click subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment, click like, click everything. Do all the things, all the hearts and all of it. And I will see you in a week. Have a